Definitely. And if somebody is preparing for a difficult conversation, let's stick with the example of a promotion. Let's be positive. Either that, or supposing you've landed your dream job and you're handing in your notice respectfully to your current employer, or you're telling your team about some expansion that's happening, but you know they'll be a little bit resistant to change, even though it's positive. How can you put yourself in the right frame of mind to handle that difficult conversation?
So your breath is so important. So there's a big mind body connection. Oh, another book, The Body Keeps the Score. That's another one for the recommended list. It's how about like, you know, our bodies and our minds are not separate things, that they can kind of affect each other anyway, but off the topic. But for this, your breath work. So basically, when you're going into something scary, or like public speaking, or going into this meeting or whatever else, like something that's making you a bit nervous, your your sympathetic nervous system, that's the one, is kind of activated. So what that means, you'll know this feeling yourself. When you get nervous, you're kind of tense, heart's beating, the palms get sweaty, and you get really kind of, you can get very kind of uptight and focused on the task at hand. So this is a normal stress response that is built into us as humans. Now, we've had this forever and ever. So the reason it's there is because when we back in the day would have had to escape predators, I don't know, dinosaurs, saber-toothed tigers, or whatever were chasing us. But for escaping predators, this is why we have this function. So adrenaline rushes into your body, your muscles, everything, all your organs are ready to just go so that you can run or fight or whatever else. Super helpful if you've got a dinosaur running after you. Not so helpful if you have to give a presentation, right? You're not going to fight the presentation. Could run away, but also probably not as helpful, right? So that's your fight or flight mode. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. They're kind of the reactions to this, like the activation of your sympathetic nervous system. So what you want to do to counterbalance that is activate your parasympathetic nervous system. And that's the other one. That's the like calm, brings you down, lowers your heart rate, like gets you feeling much more in control. So, when you're in this automatic like fight or flight mode, you are very reactive. And you might recognize this in people when you're speaking to them and they're reactive and they're. It's because they're triggered and they're in that system. Or it could be because they're in that. When people do deep breaths, you come into your body, you relax, you activate that parasympathetic nervous system, you're in a much better place to make considered responses and considered choices with how you speak and what you do and what you say. So that would be the main tip, is to just do big, deep breaths. And you'll notice it if you're watching sports. So like you might see like tennis players, or I don't know, I can imagine Simone Biles standing at the side of her mat before she goes doing her gymnastics to do, and then go and do her backflips and whatever else she does, so it's a common way to kind of center yourself, ground yourself. So do that before the big meeting, first and foremost. Obviously prepare, prepare, prepare. And then just before it, lots of deep breaths to get yourself feeling nice and calm and ready to be a lovely promotable employee. Yeah. So that's it.
I love that. I've always found meditation to be fantastic. It gives you that between stimulants and response, there's a pause. So it gives you that moment to reflect and pause and think, I think. I've heard a couple of other tips that I thought were really useful as well. Apparently, the body can't tell the difference between stress and excitement. So if you're getting ready for something really big and important, like a presentation, it might be stress, it might be anxiety, but it might be excitement. If you've never done something like that, or if it's something you're particularly interested in, you really want it to go well. So you're excited rather. So every time you feel anxious, just remind yourself that it's excitement, and that really helps.